April 18th, 9:15 a.m. District Court. Defendant, lobby number 3. What's up, Athena? You thinking real hard? You okay, Athena? You've been really antsy since we got here. I'm just excited. This is my first real court case, after all. Yeah, a real ball of excitement she is. I know what she needs. Athena! Hey, didn't you just learn about indoor and outdoor voices? I was trying to show you the best way to relieve your pre-trial jitters. By scaring the daylights out of me? No, I find that shouting "I'm fine" in a loud voice really relieves stress. It's part of my Cord to Steel voice workout, and a must for every trial. You want me to shout? Here? That's right, here. I'll go first and then you try. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine! Alright, I'm Athena Sykes. And I'm fine! I think it actually worked. Thought it might help. Always works for me. An old friend of mine from junior high and I say it all the time. I see. A pure remedy to calm the soul. I like it. Hey, how about we finish off with a race around the courthouse? The point is to relieve stress, not get totally exhausted. What's all the racket, you two? Ah, Mr. Wright. Just a little voice workout. Hey, what's with the suit? Oh, this? I was thinking about getting my attorney's badge back, that's all. That's all? That's huge news. But why now? I have a feeling I'll be needed in the courtroom again sometime soon. We can talk about that another time. No fair. Inquiring minds want to know. But wow. So used to him in his usual laid-back clothes. The suit makes him look like $1 million. By the way, we read about the prosecutor assigned to this case. Yeah, he's serving time, but before that, he was a prosecutor. He also uses psychology. That's right, I've heard the rumors about how he was before his conviction. Using the power of suggestion, he can make even the most stalwart defendants confess. Psychology in the courtroom. Been hearing a lot about that lately. He must be a pretty scary guy, considering his prison inmate and all. So they say. They'll say he'll cut you down if you talk too much. I knew it was gonna be bad news. It's probably just hyperbole, but at least I hope for your sake. Wait, so is it true or not? Well, let's just say you should be concise and choose your words carefully. If you like to keep that head of yours attached to the rest of your body, that is. Yikes. Better tone down my Cord Steel, too. So you all ready? Might be a good idea to check the court record again before stepping into the ring. Right, Mr. Wright, but I'm fine. I will take your advice, though, sure. Attorney's badge. You have to scroll. Document showing what Ten Matara should look like. Yeah. The warding scroll that Jinxie put on my head. The flower. The newspaper with Ten Mataro on it. The diagrams. This statue with blood on it. Or at least probably blood, yeah. It's red, at least. Crime scene photo. And the Amazing Ninetales mask with white hair. And the glossy photo. Jinxie's statement about the demon in the hallway. And the TV listings. And that match was awful. Alright, cool. I'll be watching from the gallery. Good luck. Thanks. Okay, let's do this. The odds of pulling this off are ridiculously low, but that's nothing new. Leaving our client, seek the truth, that's all we can do. Hang in there, Mayatena. Here comes justice. April 18th, 9:30 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4. Day 1. Court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Oops. That's not the right button. Paul Justice, defense team leader is ready, Your Honor. I know that big booming voice anywhere. Chipper as ever, Mr. Justice. But who is the young lady next to you? I'm Athena Sykes, Mr. Justice's junior partner and fresh out of law school. Well now, full of beans too, Excellent. Makes the old man feel young again. Another prosecution. He's not here. It appears the prosecution is not ready yet. Never fear, so I shall explain. It's just a minor procedural complication, Your Honor. Prosecutor for this case is being escorted to prison as we speak. The prison? Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot that he's currently serving time.
Yup, Prosecutor Blackwell's an inmate.
Ooh.
But even a convicted murderer still got a job to do and duties to perform.
Huh. Who's that with his back to us over there? It's him, I'm sure of it. Prosecutor Blackwell. Is prosecution ready? Enough jabbering. Get on with it already. Ah! Of course, forgive me. Why are all the people related to this case so scary? Very well, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your opening statement, if you please. Ah! What's the matter? Must we continue to fritter away time like this? It's all right there in the indictment. An opening statement would be pointless. Pointless? Oh, well... Look at the cat, or in this case, the prosecutor has a judge's tongue. But we need an opening statement over here at the case at hand. Well then, your baldness. If it's ever so very important, why don't you do the honors? Who? Me? There's a term for people who whine and fuss about all they need is silly, useless things. And then decide they no longer want them once it's theirs. A selfish old fool. Huh. What? Wait, was that the prosecution's opening statement? Old Dutchard such as you are a plague among the young. I pity your poor grandchildren, or is it great-grandchildren? All these years, I never thought the opening statement was the prosecutor's job. But I suppose I could give it a try. Maybe a change of pace. What? You actually fell for that? That must have been the power of suggestion Mr. Wright was talking about. The opening statement, huh? Well, let's see here. Victim is one Rex Cubi, alderman of the Nine Tails Vale. And defendant Damien Tenma, Mayor Tenma, is accused of his murder. And why, pray tell, was the mayor arrested? His prints are on the murder weapon. Plus, he had a motive, the elimination of the biggest roadblock to a mutual merger. The caretaker and secretary of other potential suspects both have alibis. And his daughter was also in the vicinity of the time of the incident, has no motive. So in a nutshell, I have to say the charges against the defendant are incontrovertible. Bravo, your baldness. Here's your experience shine bright like your head. Oh, flattery will get you everywhere. He's playing Simon Says with the judge. Moving right along now. Let's hear from our first witness for the night, Detective Fulbright. Yep. Witness, please state your name and occupation. I'm detective assigned to this case. Bobby Fulbright. Oh, and I'll be keeping tabs on old Black Cloak here. I also heard you would provide protection if I ever came to that. It would seem that I have been sorely underestimated. Wait, who's protecting who from what? Still, I truly believe everyone can turn their life around, even old Black will here. Fulbright, save your platitudes for funerals. Get on with your statement. That's the spirit. Justice must be swift and true. I see it in your eyes. There is hope for your rehabilitation and return to society. I'll never give up on you. Oscar Blackquill didn't seem to intimidate Detective Fulbright. We know what they say. Ignorance is bliss. Oh, so that's why Detective Fulbright was so assigned to Blackquill. He's so oblivious. Now let's have your first statement, Detective Fulbright. You got it. Personally stated the defense that this will ultimately prevail. Witness testimony about the murder. Alderman Cupid was murdered with the spear that had been on the wall. Being read to the defendant, Damien Tenmore found on the murder weapon. At the time, Alderman Cupid was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Merton attacked this helpless victim, impaling him like a human chest kebab. But the sudden pain told the victim awake, and he grabbed the statue and struck back. Alderman Cupid had been slipped in some kind of sleep-inducing drug. That's right. The accused was scared because Alderman was a former pro wrestler. We switched him a drug to make sure he'd be out cold and defenseless. Here's the autopsy report to prove it. Okay. The victim managed to attack his attacker despite being impaled by a spear. Sounds like almost superhuman. Is it even possible? Well, he was a former pro wrestler after all. That spear is probably nothing more than a mosquito bite to him.
Objection!
Not so fast. Don't try to brush it off by saying the Alderman had been a pro wrestler. You'll expect us to believe that he could fight back after being skewered by a spear. Never heard of the incredible feats of which man is capable of in a pinch, have you? Like the samurai of yore, wrestlers can battle through intense pain. It sharpens their senses. You talk about with the former wrestler I met in the clink. I don't know. It still sounds a little far-fetched. Does it now? Then perhaps you should test the theory on you with the edge of my blade. Oh, I didn't sign up for this. And so your life is spared. For now. Please let those shackles be made of titanium. I don't want to die. My investigation, as there are full proof, for my name isn't Fulbright. I vow to resign immediately for making this false arrest. The accused's prints are on the weapon. He's the one without an alibi. Quite decisive evidence, wouldn't you agree, your boldness? The defendant is insanely gets away by the minute. It's a judge leaning towards a guilty verdict, and the trial just barely begun. What's more, a curious rumor about the accused making around. He seeks the murder for the purpose of freeing Ten Matar from his imprisonment. Truth be told, I can't have no real reason to show interest in that Blackwards Berg. Perhaps he's a complete nutter and really does seek to release an imaginary demon. Either way, he is raving mad and more than capable of murdering the alderman. That mayor's a strange one, alright. I heard he went to a blood drive, but instead of donating, he tried to make a withdrawal. That's not how that works. Order, there will be no gossiping in my court. Your baldness, please take a grander look at those charms plastered across his cranium. The other made to keep him safe from possession by Demon Tenmataro. But then again, perhaps he's already under the demon spell. Behold, the lunatic appears poised to lunge at you at any moment. Eep!
Hold it!
Rumors and quirks of Miriton have been no relevance to this case. Besides, the charms on his head, they're just a faster statement, I think. Come to think of it, such things don't seem relevant to the case, do they? Prosecutors refrain from dragging our client's reputation through the mud. Oh, what a dreadfully fearsome lass we have here. Phew, thanks for that lifeline, Athena. Be careful, Apollo. He's a judge dancing in the palm of his hand. Possession is one of the more powerful tools in Simon Blackpool's arsenal. He's trying to manipulate everyone's impression to suit his objectives. This guy really is bad news. In any case, the victim seems to imagine to defend himself despite being impaled. What sort of weapon did he use against his attacker? Other than the statue right here. Visibly a statue of two strange creatures locked in battle. Two yokai to be exact. On one side is the nine-tailed fox and the other a Ten Mataro. Quite interesting if you think about it. And that is this very case for murdered in art. Okay. Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Okay. About the murder, yeah. I guess we'll start with the beginning. So those weapons on the wall of the Fox Chamber, I assume those are real. Don't you think keeping real weapons like that around like that is rather dangerous? No matter what he collected, the Alderman insisted it be the real deal. For instance, he had a real demons club in his possession. Apparently, one of his ancestors claimed it after defeating a demon in battle. What? That's gotta be an old wives' tale. The Alderman had pure, unadulterated justice flowing through his veins. Whatever he did it right. We've lost a real champion of justice at his death. Nothing but claptrap and balderdash, if you ask me. Now stop your bleeding and tell us about the weapon. Your wish is my command. I want to look at that autopsy report, by the way. Sept spear, drug-induced. Used to bludgeon the mayor. The mayor's blood was on it, but no prints could be lifted. Okay. Press.
Hold it!
Doesn't make sense if you think about it. Prints could be easily wiped off. You have a point there. I'd venture to say he did not wipe off the prints because he could not. What do you mean? Looks like he wants you to figure it out. Well, don't understand. Show me who's boss. I'm totally lost. So why don't you just tell me the answer already? I don't think he saw that plea for help. Feeling alright, kid. Running a fever, perhaps. Which trials came with a reset button. Well, the specifics may yet come to light. Please proceed, Dr. Fulbright.
Hold it!
Okay. Come to think of it, a coffee cup was found on the floor, with a sedative in his coffee. Bingo, we found traces of a sleeping agent all over the inside of the cup. And that is why he was out cold. That is until he leapt to his feet upon being impaled by the mayor. What an awful way to wake up. A rather stimulating eye-opener, if you ask me. I too would have originated the attack, but to die in battle is a samurai way. Paradise awaits fallen heroes, but that hole in his stomach would make eating a challenge. Okay. Put your back, Cool, please. Those moment jokes of yours are no place in this court. It's just a gesture detectives, guys. Moving right along. He attacked him. Sheldon was drugged because he was really strong. You see those rock-hard muscles of his? I'm surprised the spirit even made his pierced that armor like musculature. I bet I'm completely jealous of that righteous body of his. Well, he did look pretty buff, even that suit he had on. Quite a difference when compared with a yellow belly like you. Yellow belly? Who even says that anymore? Yeah, and the color's all wrong too. Oh, I know. How about a squishy red tomato? I moved to strike both of your comments from the record. Your Justice character is not the issue here. Now let's get back to what happened after the far more muscular alderman was impaled. Yes, well, the average person must have died on the spot. With a sudden pain, jolted the victim awake and he grabbed the statue and struck back.
Hold it!
Did he really attack his attacker after being impaled with that huge spear? Absolutely. After all, he was once a pro wrestler. The injustice of being drugged and speared was answered with a righteous counterattack. But does being a former pro wrestler make him superhuman? Absolutely. After all, he was one of those good guys, like a superhero on the side of justice. Although, he was retired. He can still don his superhero guise in times of need.
Objection!
You need to lay off the comic book, detective. We're talking about real life here. Setting aside the half-wit's flight of fancy, the fact is this. The court-ordered postmortem concluded the victim moved after his skewering. We found the strength somehow to attack his attacker, huh? The full-weight testimony sounds airtight. No wonder he's confident. No one only thinks it's airtight, so that's to poke some holes in it. The part about the ultimate fighting back sounds like a big hole waiting to be poked. He wasn't wearing gloves. How would he have, Why would there not be any fingerprints on it?
Objection!
The alderman really strike the mayor. What? Are you questioning my sense of justice? The so-called justice needs to find itself a pair of legs to stand on. The alderman struck back after the mayor put a spear through him. The statue he's supposed to use to defend himself creates a major hole in your theory. It would appear the defense has a counter-argument. Very well, let's hear what the defense thinks was odd about the detective statue theory. There are no fingerprints on it. There are no fingerprints on this supposedly crucial piece of evidence. You look at the crime scene photo. You notice that the alderman isn't wearing gloves. It's oblivious quick gloveless indeed. He touched the statue with his bare hands. He should have left some fingerprints. Detective Fulbright, you did take that into account during your investigation, didn't you? This can't be happening. Did I arrest the wrong man? You did it, Apollo. I took the Fulbright off his high horse. Oh, just 1 point in our favor. Do you suppose club the mayor if it wasn't the alderman? Well, it wasn't the alderman. I mean, someone else must have clubbed the mayor. I mean, there was a third party there in the Fox chamber. Exactly. This could be the break we've been looking for. There seemed to be a hole in the prosecutor's argument. Prosecutor Blackquill, you could respond to the defense's assertion. And we'll hear that assertion next time, so until then. Response. You know what I'm trying to say. Whatever. We'll hear the response next time, so until then.